Welcome back and thank you for tuning in to Stadium Hotdog. This episode will focus on Spurs and a selection of footballing firsts at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. After 118 years at the old White Hart Lane and a few years at Wembley Stadium while their new ground was being developed, Spurs moved into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on the 3rd of April 2019. There'll be a separate series on the old grounds of London, as well as a series on stadium architecture coming soon. Before Tottenham's first 11 played at the new ground, test events were held beforehand, the first match being on the 24th of March 2019, where Tottenham under-18s beat Southampton under-18s 3-1. Janelle Bennett scoring the first ever goal in front of 28,987 fans. There was also a Legends game, which ended 5-4 to the Inter Forever team. 41,244 fans attended. The first competitive game was on the 3rd of April 2019, when Spurs welcomed Crystal Palace in front of over 59,000 fans. The first goal at the ground came from the South Korean Son Heung-min in the 55th minute. Dane Christian Eriksen scored in the 80th minute to complete a 2-0 win for the Lily-Whites. The first away team to win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium were West Ham United. They also had this claim at the Emirates Stadium, being the first away team to win there back in 2007. On the 27th of April 2019 in the Premier League, Mikel Antonio scored on the 67th minute, sealing a 1-0 win for the Hammers. Antonio was also the first away goal scorer at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The first hat-trick at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was witnessed by over 58,000 fans on the 13th of April 2019. Tottenham beat Huddersfield Town by 4-0, and Brazilian Lucas Moura scored goals in the 27th, 87th and his third in injury time. Kenyan Victor Wanyama opened the scoring in the 24th minute. The first Champions League game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was on the 9th of April 2019 in the quarter-final first leg when Spurs hosted Manchester City. The first Champions League goal at the ground was scored by Son Heung-min in the 78th minute. Sergio Aguero missed a penalty in the 13th minute. Spurs took their 1-0 advantage into the second leg at the Etihad Stadium. Spurs went through to the semi-final after a dramatic late finish at the Etihad. The game finished 4-3 on the night, 4-4 on aggregate. However, Spurs went through on the away goals rule. Could it get any more dramatic in the semi-final? Well, yes it did. Spurs lost the first leg at home to Ajax, and to compound the misery further, went 2-0 down at half-time at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam. This meant that Ajax had a 3-0 aggregate lead. The home team was so confident that Bob Marley's Don't Worry was being played in the stadium at the interval. Cue Lucas Moura, scoring in the 55th and 59th minutes to give Spurs some hope, and going into the 90th minute, Ajax's defence went from don't worry to very worried as Lucas completed an iconic hat-trick which sent Spurs fans and Pochettino's side into ecstasy. Spurs going through to their first ever Champions League final. Unfortunately, Spurs lost 2-0 in the final against Liverpool in Madrid. The first FA Cup match at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was on the 14th of January 2020. Spurs hosted Middlesbrough in the third round replay in front of over 49,000. The first FA Cup goal at the ground was scored by Giovanni Lo Celso in the second minute. Eric Lamela scored the second in the 15th minute, and Middlesbrough pulled a goal back in the 83rd minute after George Saville scored, making it an interesting finale. Spurs went on to win 2-1 going through to the fourth round. On the 12th of July 2020, the first North London derby was held at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League. The game was behind closed doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The first North London goal at the ground was scored by Alexandre Lacazette in the 16th minute. 3 minutes later, Son Heung-min equalised. On the 81st minute, Belgian international Toby Alderweireld completed the turnaround as Spurs went on to win 2-1. The first North London derby with a crowd at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was on the 6th of December 2020. However, due to COVID-19 restrictions, a maximum of 2,000 home fans could only attend. Spurs won the game 2-0, with goals coming from Son Heung-min in the 13th minute and Harry Kane in injury time at the end of the first half. The first North London derby at full capacity was on the 12th of May 2022 in the Premier League. Over 62,000 fans eagerly anticipated a crunch game. In a must-win game for Spurs' Champions League hopes, a Harry Kane penalty in the 22nd minute fired Tottenham into the lead. Kane scored again on the 37th minute and Son Heung-min netted the third goal in the 47th minute. Adding to the theme of footballing first's relationship between Heung-min Son and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the South Korean became the first ever Asian player to score 100 Premier League goals on the 8th of April 2023. Son scored one of his trademark goals with a curled strike in the top right-hand corner of the goal. Son also became the 34th player in Premier League history to join the 100 club. The first Women's Super League game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was on the 17th of November 2019. The attendance set a then WSL record with 38,262 fans watching on. Arsenal won 2-0, with Kim Little scoring the first ever WSL goal at the ground in the 66th minute. The first WSL win for Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was on the 4th of September 2021. Spurs beat Birmingham City by 1-0 in front of 4,681 fans. Kit Graham became the first Spurs player to score a WSL goal at the stadium when netting in the 40th minute. Tottenham Hotspur women played a majority of their home games at Brisbane Road. There will be a series on women's football in London coming soon. Hey all, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe and share your thoughts on your experiences at the ground, both past and present, in the comments below. Stay well, see you soon.